Okay, so what I thought I'd just do now is just have a little brief overview of the OEX Survival Kit from Go Outdoors. So let's have a look at it. First thoughts, so it's okay kit. I say I wouldn't put it down as a survival kit because there's a couple of main features missing out of this which really would have made it a survival kit in a way of survivability. It's got some good things there to assist you in survival, but it wouldn't actually assist you to it wouldn't allow you to survive anywhere really because of one big flaw. But I'll go through the sort of stuff inside it. The first thing, it's got a couple of good signalling things. The mirror, it's got a little lanyard loop in there so you can hook it around your neck, and I say you've got the little eye bit so you can give it a little signal. I can sort of just a little flash over there, yeah, and I can see it over there itself. It's nice and easy, and you can see if you see a helicopter or a plane coming by, you can give it a little bit of a flash and that will be seen for quite some distance. And you've also got an auditor thing as well, so you've got visual and auditor. Yeah, it's actually quite loud. We'll give that a big test sort of on the path to see how far away I can be before we can hear the thing. So got a couple of little things, and that's good if you want to put a bit of lanyard or string around your neck, because it did come with some string which we used for the snare last night. So I could now, because I've now deactivated the snare, I could quite easily take this apart and repurpose this into another method of using it. So I can get out of this and do it, and then put that through there. And now I've got myself. The worst thing is, if you see any people or hear any people, you want to be able to get to your signalling equipment as quick as you can. Yeah, so this is a nice little thing. I can then tuck that into my top, and if I need it, I can get it out there and then, and I'm sorted. Along with this, it came with some wire, which I made a snare for a squirrel, and it does come with quite a bit of other cable as well. So I could have made 2 or 3 snares, or can make rabbit snares sort of coming over, and it does snap. You just keep twisting until you can get it out. So that's not a bad little kit really, and it's quite good gauge wire as well. We've got some good kit. Right, the next things we've got inside of our pack is the wire saw. Right, where do we start with wire saws? We all know that wire saws are quite gimmicky. They're in there just to fillers. Some of them you get in there are actually really good. This one, it did work. It took a lot of effort. I probably used more energy trying to cut that pull down than if I tried to walk around and try and find one naturally land on the floor. Yeah, so would I be happy if I didn't see that in there? Yes. I don't really need a wire saw. If it's in there, it's quite handy. If it's not, I don't really mind, because they're not that useful really, are they? Unless you're going to turn it into a bow saw, but then you're going to be there for some time of finding the wood, and you've got to use the saw. You've got to use that to build the saw. Yeah, but then you got to cut it over there. You don't have a knife or anything over there. The only blade you've got inside of this kit is the razor blade. Yeah, it's a little bit of a razor blade, and that's only going to be really used if you're going to find an animal, process it, skin it, gut it over there. So that's the only really use for the razor blade, unless you're going to cut stuff on up. But maybe birch bark. You try and slice some birch bark off the trees, sort of coming on there. And then we've got the mark position of injury card. Yeah, so if you get yourself injured and that sort of stuff, which really on yourself, again, a bit of a gimmick. Yeah, unless someone finds you and finds it on there and writes it all down. What I'd best do on there is to put your own details on the top. Yeah, you can put your own details on the top when you start off walking, so you never know if something happens to you. You can find you, and you've got some basic information on there, and that could be in your person in a pocket. So if they find you've got some basic information. But The thing I like the most about this sort of kit really is the active fire source. Yeah, this kit did have a good way of making fires. Yeah, I'm not going to throw it over there. Fire making or food preparation, yes, we can do this sort of with this kit. Having a box of matches is good until they get wet. Yeah, wet or damp. So, and also there's only a limited supply of matches inside of this pack. But giving you a candle to light it, you saw me last night, I made that fire. The first time I tried it, didn't work. Having an active fire source, I could make a second attempt sort of on there. But they did give you a ferro rod. Wait for the helicopter. There we go, look, helicopter coming over. Yeah, this is a good time to get the old signal mirror out and give it a go. I'm not going to do it because I can't see it in the woods, but I would be now looking at the helicopter to try to see if I could get any. So I think to see, having it around your neck is quite handy really. On there, but going back to some fire steel, you did have a fire steel, so have a nice steel with a scraper is really nice to come with, and it did give you 2 cotton wool balls, but I wouldn't say how long they'd last. They're probably not going to last that long at all. Right, so as soon as I strike it, I'll set the stopwatch and we'll see how long I've got to make the fire with this cotton wool ball. Right, it's off. Can we see that? "18 seconds, 19. Not too bad actually. We're at 32 seconds, 33 seconds. Yeah, so we're at 33 seconds. So that's actually not a bad little thing to really get a fire going, but you've only got 2 shots of that, so you've got 60 seconds of fire making equipment. Yeah, so 60 seconds of fire making equipment. Right, so when I said about the paperwork sort of on there, you've got the pencil to write your information on there, so you can write it nice and simple. Again, you could use a razor blade to sharpen that if you blunt it. It'd be quite nice to if you are going to use one of these, it'd be quite nice just to sharpen the other end at the same time, so you've got 2 pencils instead of 1 pencil. The compass, the little button compass, we checked last night with a real compass from a silver compass, was facing north, so we've got a good idea sort of on there. So I think this is a... No, this isn't. This is just a floating one. There's no liquid inside there. And then finally, we've got the fishing kit. So the fishing kit is one of the things I'm not too happy about. Yes, you've got some line in there. You've got a couple of hooks. You've got a couple of swivels and a couple of shots to sinkers. But it doesn't come with any bait. Yeah. How hard would it be to put a rubber lure in there, or small lure, or some stink bait? It wouldn't have cost any more extra really to put it in there. But now, to use this, I've now got to forage with my hands, got no other way, or using the tin as a digging source to find some grubs to get it on there. But if you just got a artificial bait, you could have opened this up, put it to a stick, threw it in the river straight away, and had a nice little chance of trying to catch a meal. But now I've got to use more energy and more calories to try to find some worms or some grubs before I can actually go and fish. And so in the survival, you really want to be looking at trying to conserve your energy than actually trying to waste it. Hence why water sources are a bit of a waste of time as well, because you need to, well, in my opinion, you need to conserve that energy. But you do have the kit, so with that you can go. It does only come with some big hooks, so you just hope you've got places where you've got big fish. I've got a river behind my house, so I'll test this up later on and see how hard it actually is to find some grubs and some worms with my bare hands before I can actually go fish. Sort of on there. And the last thing we've got in there is a little sewing kit. It's got one needle in there, a couple of buttons and a little bit of cord. Quite nice maybe to have two needles in case you lose one or break one. Because we always say having a redundancy is better than, one is none, two is one. Yeah, that's how we usually say it. So we've got two fire sources and one was going to work. So we're in there. And the last thing we've got is the survival guide. I've been reading through this morning and actually some good information in there. But the information inside this survival kit and the survival guide you can't really do inside the stuff here, because there isn't nothing inside the kit that really relates to this thing on here itself, except making a waterproof container, fold a sheet of paper. So if you fold a sheet of paper, you've then lost your thing. Yeah, but it's talking about dew traps, source of the water, how to collect them, how to collect water, navigation with your watch, looking at the stars, vegetation, some sun shadows, looking at fungi, water, which I don't really agree with that bit, but hey, never mind. I'm reading this, it says you can go 12 days with no water in 50 to 70 degree Fahrenheit. I need to check that. And it's saying 2.5 days, 120 degree Fahrenheit. Yeah, resting in the shade only. And it says 1 day, walking at night and rest by day. So how can you only have 1 day of walking if you walk through the night and rest in the shade? Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't really get that as a guide, sort of on there. An immediate action in a survival situation. Check yourself and your companions. Give first aid treatment if required. Put on appropriate clothing. Consider survival and useful items. Seek constructive temporary shelter. Protect yourself. Make a fire. Prepare a location. Relax, formulate a plan, and read on. Yes, so that is what I did. I found a problem last night. I had no first aid. I put my clothing on, so it was still warm at the time, but then I had my bag with my coat in there. Temporary shelter. We built a temporary shelter with some it was actually quite warm. I only woke up really at 2:30, 3 o'clock to build the fire up again, and again at 5. The rest of the time it was actually quite warm inside the shelter. Make a fire, which we did. Relax and formulate a plan. So I'm relaxing now. Woke up in the morning. I'm now going to start heading out. I've got my stuff ready to signal in case I need anything. So it does actually have all the things in there. So it's not a little bad little guide. And you got a little push thing. I don't really know. And the plastic tray. You could, if it was raining. So this is my pet hate with water. There's no way of actually storing water, purifying water, or filtering water inside this kit, other than this plastic container. If it rained last night, I would have gone out and put this out and collected water from the dew, and now I can have a quick drink, sort of on there. But if I used this as a container to put on the fire, yes, I could heat it up. I can cut it up into two. I could probably have 2 drinks of water out of this before I can't really use it. But that's it. It's still not going to be perfectly safe, sort of on there. Just putting a purification tablet or a couple of purification tablets inside here means I could have collected water from a pond, river, stream, puddle, collect it inside there, place a puri tab or a quarter of a puri tab, and at least I could actually drink out of here itself. So without a puri tab or a means of metal tray to collect water or a bag or anything, really in a survival situation this isn't really that good, because the priorities are protection, shelter, water, fire, shelter, or as we say there, the 4 W's. So wind, water, wood, and widow makers. Widow makers mean things to fall on top of you. One of those W's, water, this kit doesn't really have it. So, would I take this kit in a survival situation on the basis of water? No. So in my rating, where would I rate it? In the back garden through, or in the bedroom through to back garden, local woods, forest, or jungle, or on top of Everest? I'd put this local woods. a gimmick toy sort of thing, or an item to be put into your bag with some other stuff. I brought water with me. I had a quarter bottle of water left from the hike, from the day hike. Now I've run out, so I've got nothing left at all. So I need to walk out and find rescue. I'm going to have to basically risk my life in drinking dirty water. But that's it for me. I'm going to go out now, just test these couple of little things. If you like this, put a like down below. Subscribe, share, link, all that sort of stuff. But if you want one little thing, if you buy it, open it up, put some Puri tabs inside this, maybe a little plastic bag, a few extra little additions, and then you get yourself a nice little kit really, sort of go with. So it's not all doom and gloom. There's some good stuff inside the survival kit. You just need to add some more stuff into it. But that's it. Just remember, it's better to be one with the wilderness than to fight and struggle. Until the next video, I'll see you then. Bye for now.